How's it going, guys? This is Avollon, and welcome back to Avollon's World. We're still in the Nether. Hub is not done officially yet, though the main actual structure is there. And today we are doing a couple smaller projects to finish up the hub. One of those being finishing the tunnels, because we didn't do that yet. However, have the glass. I have almost 9 shulker boxes of glass again, which 9 shulker boxes got me this far, so I'm hoping 9 allows me to finish it, because I do not want to collect anymore. That will bring my grand total to 18 shulker boxes. 18 shulker boxes of glass that I had to collect in sand and then smelt down, and then combined white and black dye to make gray dye to then make it the stain. It's been a process just for the glass in and amongst itself, but that's not the only thing we're doing today. We've got a minecart elevator track thingamabobber to get to the zombie pigman farm and a couple of nether accesses. I want to make one that leads to that exact iron door. I was going to call it a trap door, an iron door down there, so we can just go right over there instead of having to enter the deep, scary nether, and one that leads us to the place that's over here, if I can see it, this warped path, so we can at least come out this way if we want to. But I did a little bit of work off camera besides collecting a bunch of sand. I finished off the actual respawn area, as well as giving a chest from a glowstone and a ender chest. But we have a way to get to the top of the nether hub now in a safe way. So we can get up here just as easily if we needed to, and this is the way we can enter the nether. And it's not spawnable down here. This is all spawn proof. These are slabs here, stairs, nothing can spawn down here. It's a nice little corridor that we can do. So let's get started on some of these projects, shall we? Because yeah, we need glass over here. We need glass in every tunnel except the where is it? Western tunnel. Western tunnel is done. We just need glass in just about every other tunnel. Oh hey, would you look at that? This tunnel's done. Just don't divert your eyes from the left. This one's not done. But it's got the framework at least in place. That's something, right? Oh yeah, this feels a lot safer. I feel a lot safer behind this very brittle, fragile glass that won't completely get obliterated if a gas were to shoot at it. And as we walk down this hallway, we are done with the tunnels, at least the main tunnels, not the actual side tunnels, because, yeah, Trident Farm and the ice spikes. And I'm trying to speak here, gas. Can you be quiet? Guess you can't shoot at me, though. This is very brittle and fragile glass. Here is the gold farm. I said I was going to do a minecart elevator, but I actually changed my mind and just kind of made it bigger and used the twisted vines again, if you can see me. Because it still is cool. It's not exactly the slowest thing in the world, and it's very simplistic. And once we get up to the bedrock here, you'll see that we are at the gold farm, and then when we want to go back down, which is the problem I had before, I can just fall, because I put hay bales down here. So now I will not break my ankles on the fall down. So flying back, I've done some work in between. We've got signs. Woo, yeah. And they actually tell us what's down each corridor here. And so this should be the east, I believe, yes, the eastern. I still kind of want to add a way to tell what's north, south, east, and west, but I'm figuring that out. But we got signs. And there's some gaps here. You're wondering, what's the gaps for? Well, the name of the episode might have spoiled it, but it's for banners. And I've been busy making banners because that's how we're going to determine what's where, and instead of just, placing a sign above a portal saying what it is, we're going to add some fancy banners because I've never used banners. I feel like they were out in 1.8 and then I haven't really used them all too often. And I feel kind of like this is the perfect chance to use them to help label everything in the Nether Hub, to make flags for, like Avollin's Village and Solstice, and just to mark stuff up. But you might notice Piglin Bartering Farm. Well, that's right there. Why is that labeled? Well, if we come on down here, we actually have a hole in the thing here that leads right down to the iron trap door, which this will hurt, but it didn't because I'm a pro. And if we come down here, this is the iron trap door that's behind the piglin bartering area. So we can now get down to here via the hub without having to go over there. Speaking of over there, there's also a hole over there, but I was going to fly there, but there's a bunch of magma cubes, so we're not going to do that. So we are going to be decorating this as well, you know, because we can't just leave it like this. It's kind of exposed to the nether, and yeah, we can't have this, but I think it'd be cool to make like a tube, just kind of out of glass and everything, just to see out in the nether and whatnot. So yeah, we got some projects, so let's get working on them. So within the shulker box, I actually have all the banners already made, multiple copies, everything. I forget the exact number, but here they are, if you can even see them. So we need the mesa biome, This would be our mesa biome. That looks, yeah, that's the mesa biome. The mesa and desert one look kind of familiar. So putting that there, we can then put it on the tunnel down there. What else do we need? We need solstice. Boom, solstice banner. Fancy. Spawn, of course. It's the globe, you know. Piglin bartering farm. This one's cool. Use the snout pattern. Golden piglins. It more fits the brutes. We got Avollon's village and the Trident Farm and Coral Reef. So Avollon's village flag is now that. It may or may not get renamed because it's not really a village anymore. And there's the Trident Farm, just a trident. Nice and easy, nice and simple. And on to the one lonely banner on the western tunnel, the desert mining. I think he's mad. Anyway, for the North Island, we are going to be using the banner from the original Avollon's world that I had originally used for my Optifine game, if I remember correctly. Ice spikes in the holiday area. Snowflake doesn't really fit the ice spikes, but it is more just the holiday snow area. Guardian XP farm, of course. Guardian banner, just kind of makes sense. Nether hub roof access. Which one did I pick for that one? I have to look into that one, because I don't think it's this one. That's the Nether. Maybe it's just this one. I don't know. We'll just put that one there. Looks cool. It's like another portal looking into the nether. Skeleton XP farm, skeleton banner, nice and simplistic. In the end portal, Ender Dragon on a purple banner. Nice and fancy. And on to the last only two. We got White Ridge, which already had a banner. Now we're just putting it back down again. And the gold farm and roof access, we'll put a zombie pigman there. I believe I used one of every one except this banner. And this banner right here is actually going to go in that spot right there because it is actually our home base banner. It's like a red phoenix, if I remember correctly. And with that, all the banners are in place besides the tunnels. I gotta do that yet, but I wanted to show the red phoenix home base banner in the middle here. I think it looks pretty cool. Does it fit the color scheme? Really? Not really. So here's the other access point that'll lead us down to the original access point. You can kind of see it off in the distance here. All the magma cubes are still here, but it's going to connect up right here. We just got to make another tube, platform, whatever the heck you want to call it. But up here we actually have two holes dug out in the side of the walls, and this is going to be used for some decoration and for some storage for some mobs, as there are only, at least to my current knowledge, 2 mobs that you cannot take out of the nether that will not change into a different form. And those are the Piglins and the Hoglins. If you remove them from the nether, they turn into zombified Piglins and zombified Hoglins. So this will be where we store them for once we get around to the Hall of Mobs. Hint, hint, possible future project. And I have started work on the long tunnel to the Trident Farm. I've been using the basalts instead of deep slate just because it is kind of easier, and I'm going to leave that block oriented that way, because why not? I kind of ran out, so I need more, and it's a long tunnel. Runs through a crimson forest, and it's really exposed, and there's some piglins and the remnants of the nether fortress. It's a long tunnel. Probably won't get done for a very long time. Alright, the piglin bartering tunnel is in place, and to keep the theme of the piglins, we use blackstone, and as you can tell, there is regular bits of blackstone and then the polished blackstone bricks. But then it actually opens up with a hole in the wall, an actual literal hole in the wall, but it's a glass wall that we get to see out into the nether as we come on down. I haven't looked at it from the hub yet, but I might have to change this area down here because it needs to be spawn proof, because this is where I AFK for the piglin bartering area. I don't know if a mob can spawn on a block that a twisting vine is on. I'm not entirely sure. I have to go research that, to be honest. Alright, and the original nether access tunnel thingy majig, whatever you want to call it, is done and complete. Went for more of the deep slate because it is kind of like right here. Ties things together, even though we did use blackstone over. Don't look at that. But it puts some dark prismarine in the walls to help tie in more color from the actual hub, and you've got a little nice lookout area here where you can look out. You can see some of the other stuff I've done, which we'll get to, which probably actually is a good idea to talk about it here and not out there. Added more of the kind of pillars. I did the same exact light lantern design on top of the hub, so it ties things together there. And then those are the little campfire things that we have, and they're emitting particles up to like this point, but because the glass is here, you can't see them. There's hay bales underneath them. And we're using the twisted vines again. We come down, we've got an ender chest and a crafting table in case we desperately need it. And this area is by far not safe at all because magma cubes can spawn literally all in this area, but you know, that doesn't matter. See, there's one right now. This is just kind of more for aesthetics and looks to make it seem like the area is more lived in, and that's essentially what it's going to be used for, because now that we have that tunnel tube thing over there to get to the piglin bartering area, we will probably never use this one, but it's here if we need it, and it looks cool, and that's really all that matters. Alright, I got the 2 rooms set up, and if you can't tell what they're trying to represent and what possibly could go inside, this is a mini crimson forest in a basalt delta that is going to house the Hoglin. I just realized I need to fix that. Need to fix it. I know I put them over here. No, put them over here. Right there. Right there. Over here, and we just replace this basalt with some netherrack. So essentially we need to lure them in there and then put the glass there, and then this one is supposed to represent kind of like a bastion remnant. Is it a bastion or a bastion, or is it bastion remnant? What's there we go, L. I forgot what button that was. It's in here somewhere. Those were these enter yeah, okay, I guess it is. Is that the deep slate texture? Interesting. Anyway, before I got sidetracked, I remembered the piglin brute also exists, so technically speaking we need a piglin and a piglin brute in here, because we might as well just combine them, because they both spawn in the same place. But yeah, that's the piglin brute. I don't know where the closest one is, the closest bastion, so now it's time for the fun part, trying to find these mobs and lure them into the hole. Piglin's gonna be easier, of course, way easier. No, this is a pretty interesting mess I got myself into. Just walking a Hoglin back, you know, normal day-to-day things. Alright, there's the Hoglin. At some point, there's a warped fungus or something right over at the hub here. So, I don't know where, because this is a naturally placed blocks here, but he would not go past this point. He was like, oh no, warped fungus. I don't want to go anywhere near there. Alright, there we go. He just gave me a fire charge. That guy was so much easier because I literally just took off my boots. Don't mind the massive amount of arrows in me because I'm kind of led him here without my boots on. So he got mad. And yeah. So now we got a piglin with an enchanted crossbow, he is named. And we got a Hoglin who is also named Don't Despawn. So yeah, that's it. Like I said, we do need to get a piglin brute in there, but I need to find a bastion and then get him back here somehow without him killing me, because those guys hurt. They hurt a lot. But I think that's gonna do it for today's episode, guys. We got everything done that I wanted to. We got the roof access, the whatchamacallit, hub access, the nether access, the piglin area, finished off the tunnels, put in the banners, added some decorations. I think that's where we're going to end it for today's episode. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to subscribe. It means the world to me. Leave a comment down below what you guys think about the new and improved hub, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Farewell.